Hey everybody, welcome back to our QuikStrike video series. Today we're going to focus on QuikStrike Explorer. Explorer is going to help us start to understand what we can do to capture the power of our new QuikSheets functionality. And as you see here in Explorer, it says browse your QuikStrike data using QuikScript to see the power of QuikSheets. So we're really going to work to get you a little bit of better understanding of how to use some of the commands, practice some new commands here in our little command bar, and also show you where you can learn by example by just clicking on that link and seeing everything that's available as part of the QuikScript language. So let's just get started. We'll walk down this list, and what I click here will appear as a command over here in this embedded version of a sheet, and then we'll talk about what you see there and how you can use it. So here we have we call the recap command. LO is the symbol for crude oil, right? As you see, WTI, and it's got LO, and then there are other obviously other products that you can look at here, and we try to encapsulate the symbol next to each product name here so you can remember what that is. But recap's going to give you what happened the prior trading day, and then a look at the top 15 trades that occurred with within this product, and you'll see it's LO prior, and prior is going to give you the opportunity to look at something that happened yesterday. So just want you to understand how this is working. So recap is a command that we created that joins two other commands together. So in this case, by typing recap or by clicking recap, it's going to execute an LO quick take and a prior command, and these two commands will then be available within the sheet. So to show you how you might be able to do this on its own, I can come up here and just type LO quick take, and it will just show me one part of the command. So what you're going to see here is a combination commands typically, and it's going to bring all those different pieces together. So as you start to walk through the QuikStrike Explorer, you can start to peel off some of the commands you want to use to build your own kind of sheets. So let's just take a look at this one, LO symbols. This is a great way to get all of the expiration symbols for a particular product. So in this case, I did LO, but I can put any other symbol in there. So for instance, I can use TY, OZC, OG, that kind of thing. So, and you'll notice here when I switch to a different product, it's going to populate the commands over here with the option symbol for that particular product. We're going to go back and we're going to work with LO throughout this video today. So if I just keep walking down here, I see an LOOI report. Now again, remember, this is a sort of an aggregate command. So when we create aggregate commands within sheets, when you type those in there, it's going to create what it's called a comment above it. That hashtag is what creates a comment in the sheet. So you execute these larger bulk commands, you're going to see that command name here with a hashtag in front of it now becomes a comment, and then a series of commands underneath it. The nice thing about having that comment once you execute that bulk report is if I click on it and I open it up again, it's going to refresh all the information underneath here. We'll talk more about sheet formatting and comments and that type of thing in some future videos. But you'll see here, you'll get a lot of information for what we default to is the first 8 contracts in expiration order. So you see the days to expiration, the open interest, the change, end of day volume, the churn, the put call ratio, futures OI, futures OI change, futures end of day volume, and the roll. And this would be particularly interesting as the contracts start to roll from month to month. But just walking down here, you're going to be able to quickly explore a particular product and see a lot of information about it without having to try to fish around for these kind of things. That was part of what we try to accomplish here in Explorer, is give you the ability to get a nice overview for a given product in a very quick fashion. So in this case, this is giving you a term structure for, again, the first 8 contracts that are tradable within the options for that particular product. So here's a great way to get an overview of volatility very quickly. I'll skip Z-scores. That's more advanced. We'll talk about that when we look at things a little bit later on. LO options. Again, this is another quick way to get information about the product's options information. Okay, so here we see the futures prices associated with the options, DTEs, at the money strikes, at the money prices, at the money vols, volume that's occurring during the day, OI change, end of day volume. So that's what happened yesterday, and churn and put call ratio for the trade itself. So as you can see, you can walk down these, and I'll just click a few other ones and let them show up in front of you. Here's one for futures, and there's assorted other ones that we'll walk down here as well. And what you notice here, here are something called ELO pricing. So this is something that we built that we thought, hey, if a user wants to get access to what's going on in a particular product very easily, here's a great way to show them all of the information about a product very, very quickly. So here you see futures information, you see options information, and then you see what we have down here is this sheet command. And this is going to be something we'll explain as we get down to this active contract section within the video explanation. So we built these other ELO vol term. Okay, here's another way to get quick information about a product. In this case here, we show you all the information about the highest open interest contract, and then we show you in term structure format at the money straddles, risk reversals, and then here's that delta vol command again. So you'll notice that these are simple executable commands that you can type into a sheet or type into this text box. But as you see, you can start to see the commands that you like, and you can think about how you'd want to build your own sheets. And then in a future video, we'll actually jump into the sheets and show you how to do that kind of thing as well. But for now, we'll just kind of walk down through here. Here's another version of how to build a volatility view into the product itself. In this case, I created something that does at the money information, fly, strangle, risk reversal, and up and down and upside skew. And we do that for the contracts in expiration order. And we show 8 by default. Okay, so you can see the power of what's going on here. A very simple command gives you lots of information about the particular product. And here's another one, ELO Flow. We'll see if there's nothing traded yet today. It's a Sunday. The market's not open yet. But what this command will do is it'll show you the top 15 rolled up for a day, and they'll show you the last 10, so the last individual trades that came through here. Now is where it starts to get a little bit more interesting from a possibility standpoint. We have, this section, like we tried to walk you through. Here's like an overview, and here's where we start to give you some reporting, and then here's to give you an idea of how you can start to look at some things very quickly about the active contract. So in this case, we'll click on LO 0 exclamation point sheet. So what you'll learn from this is a shortcut to get the highest open interest contract for any product. So you can use any symbol, TY01, ED01, OZC01, and that will find the contract with the highest open interest. That's the one that's trading the most, and it will give you information about that particular contract. In this case, we asked for a sheet. Okay, so the sheet is a pricing sheet command. So you see the default here is the at the money straddle plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up and 5 down. So if I came over here and modified this to say LO 0 exclamation point sheet 10, it would give me 10 strikes up and down here, as you can see. So there are a lot of nuances to these commands, but we're going to just kind of work within the framework of QuikStrike Explorer to get you some information that you can start to play with the tools and see if you can find something you like. What's powerful within this sheet, and I'm going to come back here and go give us our default one. What you can do in here is you're not just seeing information. You can walk in here and actually start to do some stuff. So say I want to change the future price to 92. If I change that in the sheet, it changes everything and reprices everything over here. If I want to decay this for a week, I can say go to 220, and it'll decay this and go to 220 and reprice everything over here. And you'll notice this top bar is going to stay. That's the value of the at the money straddle, and it's going to be there as a baseline. So as you make changes down here, you'll always be able to see where you were below, where you were above, and what's happening currently right below. Another powerful thing of the sheets is I can come in here and say I want this to be 45 volatility. Now when I change the at the money strike, you're going to see the whole curve is going to shift up. So that's one of the actions you could take on the sheet. You want to do a parallel shift of the vol curve, you can go right to the at the money strike. If you want to address an individual strike, you can just come in here and change an individual strike. And what you're going to see is that's going to change the premium over here. So it all starts to work from that way. I can change the future, I could change the vol, I can change the DTE, and of course I can come over here and I could change the premium. I could say make that 12 and make this 12, and now I have new volatilities associated with each of those. Now I wouldn't price two options next to each other, the same value. So let's change this to 12.5. But you can see how volatilities change when you change the premiums. And I can come over here and make a change here to volatility, and you see my premium change over here as well. Now, another cool feature of this is I can come over here and say, hey, well, you know, I want to buy one of those and I want to sell one of these. And what that'll do is it'll price that put spread down below here, so 1/4 of a point, and it will make this available. I can click on this and bring open a window to analyze the spread, or I can copy this to the clipboard and I can come over here and say, hey, you know what? Let's put that in there and see what it looks like. And there's my put spread, and it's available to me right away. So that's the power of the sheet command. That's the power of the generic most open interest command as well. So I can come over here too and take a look at ELO QVol. This is a special command, or we call it like a quick look at volatility. It's going to give you everything you need to know about the most active contract for the at-the-money straddle, the iron fly, the strangle, the risk reversal, downside skew, and upside skew. Okay, so right away you can very easily see what's happening in volatility for a particular product by looking at the most active contract. Okay, then, so as we walk down here, there's more and more powerful commands. I'm just going to walk through these very quickly. So here is a way to get matrices within the QuikSheets as well. So in this case, I asked for a crude matrix of OI. So this is going to, again, give me a default of eight contracts in an expiration order, so I can quickly see what my OI looks like in that product. I can click on this next one. It's going to give you another flavor of the matrix command. In this case, I'm looking at OI change, and I'm heating it by expiry, so it's going to heat within each column here. So this is a quick way to get access to what happens in our open interest matrix up here, but it is nice to have it as an opportunity to look at it within the sheet itself. And then you can look at volume as well. So there's a lot of power in here, and if you go back and look at the help that will be available shortly for all of these commands, you'll be able to build some really nice customized sheets as well. And then there are some other ways to do bulk retrieval. You can actually create pointers into, so in this case, I can look at, show me the premium across the first 8 contracts in this case, because that's what we're defaulting for the 15 delta call. So it will give me access to the 15 delta calls premium very quickly and easily. And you notice as I walk past these different symbols, they become links. So not only is the sheet going to give you information about the spread that you put in there, but it's also going to allow you to actually quickly get access to information about that particular contract. So in this case, the 15 delta call that I asked for, here's my June, and you see here's my 15 delta call, and that call is actually the 124 strike. So you can very quickly find information regarding a lot of different things about the particular contract. So you can go to a delta based strike, you can go to the strike itself, and you can see what that chart looks like right away. But everything within this pop-up is going to be around the June contract. So you can quickly get a lot of information for the particular contract that you clicked on within the table here itself. And then as I continue to walk down here, here's more and more targeted pricing, powerful sheets. So I did this ELO 0 exclamation point sheet command, but I can come over here and do a generic sheet command, and this is going to give me sheets for the first 8 sheets in expiration order. So again, a lot of power there. I can get a straddle run over here. This is going to give me the straddles for the first 8 contracts. And what's great about the straddle here, I can come in here and change this to change the straddle price and get new premiums over here. I can come over here and do the same thing with the future. I can say take this down to 98. I could change the volatility and change it to 56. I'll get a reprice. And then to refresh it, I can just collapse it and get back to where I was. You notice how these are now the same. And then the same thing here. I can look and find a bulk pricing across the term structure for a 25 delta risk reversal. So this is a great way to play and learn, and how you can get information about the product and what you can use to build your own QuikSheets when you start to take a look at this part of the QuikStrike application, which we will address in a video coming out very soon. And you can even play around up here and start typing for yourself. Instead of the 25 delta risk reversal, maybe you want to try the 15 delta risk. And there you have it. You have the strike list for the 15 delta risk reversal. So give it a try. We'll be pumping out some new videos here coming forward, and good luck and thanks.